you guys see the fucking comet fragment in Spain?
Oh, bro, I heard a little bit of it.
You didn't see, okay, so I don't it was like a meteorite or a meteor fragment, but it like flew like low over the sky in Spain, I believe. There's like this one video of this girl like filming a TikTok, and she's like in her driveway like doing some kind of dance, or I don't know what she was about to be doing, but she had her phone like tilted up towards her and the sky. Welcome back to the Scheuneman Show. This is definitely the first time we're starting the episode. We didn't say anything crazy in the original cut.
Nope.
You're going to have to, maybe if you buy a few things, you can get the uncut version of today's podcast and find out
behind the scenes.
The behind the scenes, and you'll never get that. That'll never see the light of day. We're at episode 106.
Can we please make a file and just every time I edit, right, I'll clip out the beginning and then we'll file it and we'll just name it like
put it on Patreon one day
or some crazy
I want to make a Patreon. I want to make a Patreon so bad, actually, because then like those people who are like, I buy my clothes at like Walmart. I can't get anything. What do you mean? What do you mean the clothes that actually are worth buying? And then they can put $5 into a Patreon every month, and that's like the same amount of their like T-shirts, so they can feel good about at least supporting in some way.
Well, it's good to have affordable options because a lot of people are going through a very hard time right now, for sure.
No, fuck those people, bruh. Get your money up and start working. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, everyone should get their
Get your money up, not your funny up.
Everyone should get their money up. However, it's hard for some people.
If we want to really get into it, it definitely is hard for some people. I know it's nobody's a stranger to how the economy is so god awful at the moment.
Just terrible.
And how the country just likes to hold us down as much as they can and keep us at the bottom. But at the same time, I'm talking about the people who struggle to understand even why clothes such as that, like clothes that are
The
of
value
higher
of the
value even exist.
Yeah, boy.
I'm not talking about the people who can't afford it. I'm talking about the people who are like, that's stupid. Nobody would ever do that, or nobody like fucking. Well, there's a load of people who think that like there's nothing in between a $5 T-shirt and like a $1,500 T-shirt when it comes to fashion. Like a lot of people will be like, it's either like $10 to $20 or it's like $1 million. Whereas like there's a lot of other brands that make way more affordable, like on the affordable end of clothing. And like what I'm getting at is there's a whole reason why those things cost that much. Like a lot of people think that clothes are only expensive just because there's some like money grubbing guy at the top trying to like get everybody's money and like just making it expensive for fun. Where in reality, like, I mean, at least speaking from like my standpoint, like there's a whole lot of reasons why things cost a certain amount, like shipping costs and manufacturing costs, paying your, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of brands don't pay their manufacturers that well, but you have to pay your manufacturers, you have to source fabrics.
Some people only press.
Yeah, I mean, some people, dude, I can't tell you how many times people will like come up to me and like I'll mention having a clothing brand, they'll be like, can you make me a hoodie that has like a smiley face on it? And I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Works,
I was like it is. Some people do one of ones, and those are cool. Like I really like a couple of people that do one of one stuff, and some people like start with one of ones and then move into having a full clothing brand that like does bulk orders of stuff like that. But like those are two completely different business models. Like,
oh, you just gave me a good ass idea though. What if there was an option though, where you know how there's the paint, you know, you've done, and then the like, what was it, the airbrush with the purple shirt, of course.
yeah.
What if, you know, in that sense, people could have the option of like, if they want a marking or like to pay extra money to get like a special design or something onto the normal shirt that's already created for the correct.
I think it's. Whereas, like, I think it's a cool idea. At the same time, I don't know how much it matches up with like what we want our brand to be per se,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like
Just
I think
ideas,
that's
of
a
course.
cool option to
Yeah,
put
yeah.
out there, but like at the same time, then we're gonna get even more people asking like, "Yo, but like, can you put this on that hoodie? Like,
But in
can
that
you paint
sense-
that on this T-shirt? Or like, can you print one T-shirt that looks a certain way out of like, and just make one of those for me? And
Well,
then,
what if,
and then give
like-
it to me for free?
Like, say, like, the guy that wanted the smiley, right? Say, well, I could do, if you bought this shirt, say he bought the purple shirt with and he just wanted the smiley, you could just paint that on there instead of getting a one of one,
I might do that for a buddy, but I'm not gonna put it on a website.
I see what you.
The closest I've gotten to thinking about actually doing anything like that was like with our leather jacket. We have I was thinking about having an option of like having those distress stitchings.
Yeah, the stitching was fire.
And then with the purple tee, I was thinking about like having it be 2 different colorways where like you could order it to have no airbrushing or you could order it to have the airbrushing.
Yeah.
So it could be like one is classic and one is textured, and you treat it like, as if it's like a different colorway.
But honestly, like, clothes are an investment, man. And I mean, these will definitely last. I mean, it's top tier material, and you're definitely putting down money for a great
It's like, cause I was talking to somebody about this the other day.
long
Like
term investment, man. So
there's people who buy, cause like some people have it in their mind that like the only people buying like high fashion or designer clothes are people who are like sipping wine and smoking cigars and like they're in their mid-30s eating dinner at 5-star restaurants. That's so far from the truth. Like, not only was I buying, like, saving up with my McDonald's job to buy my own designer clothes at that time and seeing so many other high schoolers do the same thing, but also like if you go downtown to like, if you go to the right places, like there's rooms filled with people wearing designer clothing. And like, I just don't think it always stands out to people what certain people are wearing. Like I think that some people forget that when you see a guy wearing a Miri jeans, that's designer clothing. Like it may be so like popular at the time and like that's like the trend, but don't get it confused. That's designer clothing. Purple is designer clothing. Like when you see a guy wearing, like, I would even go as far as saying like Billionaire Boys Club. Like that's high end clothing. And there's like, do you think that like if there's a brand like Billionaire Boys Club that exists, but only like the people I explained just a second ago are buying designer clothing, then they would go under. Because if the only people buying designer clothing are like super rich, like business owner, wine, cigars, smoker dudes, like you think those guys are wearing a t-shirt with a fucking guy like holding a sack of money and running away, or like you think those guys are buying Supreme, like resold Supreme, like I was shocked. I don't know how many people think what this person thought. And it probably sounded like I was like pissed explaining it to them. I wasn't. It was just like, wait, so you really think that like that's the only people buying designer clothes? Like,
wait, what happened?
I was having a back and forth conversation with somebody that like wanted to help with like our social media networking.
Okay.
And they were like talking about our like core like our consumers.
Okay, yeah,
like the people like
who buy
that would be our consumers, our like fan base practically. And she started to go in like the people buying this like price of clothes are these people. And it was like,
it doesn't
you
matter.
couldn't be further from the truth.
I mean,
like,
it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean,
well, she literally how I said it is how she was like trying to say like these are the people buying the clothes. And I was like, no. Because first of all, like I just said, like do you think that that's the same way with Gucci or like
No.
or Off-White and I'm not saying like we're in that same bracket, but like it's still designer clothing. And when she was bringing it up, she was talking about the price specifically.
yeah.
So it's like, and then I was like, also, like some people don't even think about that. Like some people who, and I'm not trying to sound like a dick or anything, but like some people who will like look at our clothes and like think, oh, that's expensive. Yes, it's on the expensive like range of clothing. But when you start looking at designer clothing as a whole, we're cheap as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like for example, that our calfskin leather jacket that's the best fucking deal you'll find anywhere.
It's almost like in this sense, you're not like I know you're not trying to be a dick, but you're trying to scream out that to appreciate what you're like.
Not only appreciate it, but it's like
you're getting a great fucking thing,
product,
such a great pride, like
and
product exactly.
I'm not trying to force people to like be into fashion or understand it, but like the thing is that when people are saying like oh, this is like super super expensive, it's like, well, when you look at the people that we want to be competing with and other, like, maybe not even straightforward competition, but like people in our field, there are so many ranges of prices that they price things at, and so many different styles of pricing, and so many different marketing maneuvers that, like, it shocks me that, I don't know. Like,
but you got to think too, like going to just
Louis Vuitton shirts are like $1,000,
Right.
Yeah,
at a cheap point.
Mm-hmm.
Jeans from a lot of different brands, like take your pick.
I mean, you go to PacSun, you can buy a $60 pair of jeans. You spend a little more, you're getting top tier fucking material, bro. Literally, like.
I mean, it's a decent point.
It's like jeans aren't cheap, but they're not the cheap. They're not
purple
the cheap.
jeans, for example. Those are, like, in the grand scheme of things, if you're including all clothes, like, purple jeans are quote unquote expensive, right? But if you're just looking at like high fashion or designer clothing, purple jeans are affordable.
Yes,
they're affordable fashion.
Yep.
We have found a way to be like under purple jeans at the same quality,
definitely
if not
fucking
better.
affordable too.
Like,
I
I would say even better.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't understand about brands like what we're doing here, or brands like Supreme, is they lack a concept of separation. You know what I mean? When you see a lot of brands like what we're doing here, like Supreme, these higher end fashion brands, it's presented in a way to where it's like, okay, these specific people wear these specific kinds of things due to their affluence. But what I feel like goes misunderstood a lot of the time is that it is the working man that is supporting all of these brands. It's the working man wanting to be able to visually represent that he works hard for his money.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing here. It just, to sum up, I really like what you guys were saying there, but I really feel like that's a pretty generalized summation, right? Like, we make clothes for the hardworking individual that likes to look nice and looks like they work hard for their money. That's what we do here. That's what Supreme does as well. You know what I mean? So this whole misconception and misinterpretation of like higher end clothing, I understand both sides of it to a capacity, but I really just feel like it comes down to people not getting what the objective really is across the board.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand. Like, it's difficult to go and afford like things at this value, but that's like going to what you're saying. Like, that's part of the point of it. Like, and there's brands who take advantage of that, and they know that people like, they want to be looked at as like, I spent so much money on what I'm wearing. And then there's brands who are like, they're noticing like, okay, people want to be able to like say like, oh, I bought this nice piece and like I worked hard for it and I like how it looks, but we're not going to have to jack up the price 6 times profit margin, 10 times profit margin. Like Louis Vuitton and Bape, for example, like they know what they're doing. They're trying to be like, we're making clothes like that are high quality and cool, but like we price it at a point to where like part of the reason people buy it is just simply like because they can flex how much this shit costs. But then there's brands who are like okay, people who are into fashion but like don't want to buy a fucking $1,000 pair of jeans or $2,000 pair of jeans. Like we're gonna make clothes that are a bit more affordable, but they're still on that like flex level of value. And also like, we're not like trying to make clothes to be like we're not making expensive clothes to be like, oh, like buy this super expensive thing, like spend all your money so I can have it. It's like, no, we're making clothes like what you said. We're making clothes for people the way I always look at it is like when I was buying like designer clothing, when I was like in high school and first getting into it, I not only wanted to show off how hard I've been working, like I wanted to like have something to show for it, but I also wanted a way to express myself. I wanted a way to have just a bit of a creative outlet where I could like see something I liked creatively and be able to like wear it and kind of be able to like show it around and be like, this is the kind of stuff I like. This is also an expression of me. And also like if I like, it feels good to be wearing something that I enjoy wearing, and that helps me get out of bed just at least a little bit more. And it's like we're not making things expensive just for them to be expensive. We're making things expensive, number one, because we want to make a certain level of quality of product, and that costs money on our end, and we can't just go in the red constantly. Number two, we're standing up against this culture of slave labor. Like, so many companies are doing this shit, and it's like so crazy. And like, unfortunately, a lot of people are just forced to accept it and like support it. And we're just trying to do what we can do to go in the right direction of not supporting it, because we are making sure that we pay the people who make our clothes a livable wage, and so that they're not like, we're not taking advantage of people, and we're not like contributing to modern day slavery. Like, it's insane. Yeah. And like, there are options out there, but that's the thing. Like, obviously it's going to cost more, because on the back end of it, like the money that you're paying to wear this piece, like the reason it costs a certain amount is also so we can make sure the people creating it are getting paid. But if you're going, like, I mean, I don't want to call out people by name, because like we'd have to make sure where they're getting their things made. But I'm just gonna go off
as an example.
Yeah, I'm just gonna guess off the top of my head. Let's just say, like, these really like cheaper options. Unfortunately, like stuff like probably in Zoomies and PacSun, or
that's
Walmart. Like, I'm just broad guess. Like, not trying to call anybody by name, but I mean, everybody knows. Most companies, most clothing is you're unfortunately like contributing to slave labor. And it's not like, oh, you're a fucking horrible person because you bought this. It's like, you don't always like, I don't expect you to go and look into like why this is able to cost this much, but like we're just trying to go against that. And also, like, we have worked really hard to be able to price our things like as affordable as possible. Like, we're looking to not like take advantage of like people and like just make a bunch of money. We're trying to make the level of quality that we want to make, and like I just said, be ethical in our manufacturing and still make it so that like people don't have to fucking spend loads and loads of money. Like it's, so then when like people, I'm factoring all that in when people are like react to like $100-something hoodie. It's like, because it's coming from such a place of like misunderstanding, I think. Yeah. But I didn't mean to even go off on that whole rant.
So that was quite the tangent. Yeah. What else we got on the docket? What else we talking about?
Did you guys see the fucking comet fragment in Spain?
Oh, bro, I heard a little bit of it.
You didn't see, okay, so it was like a meteorite or a meteor fragment, but it like flew like low over the sky in Spain, I believe. And there's crazy videos. You might want to pull it up. Like, it looks crazy. And for people who have already seen it, because it was in like a bunch of headlines, there's like this one video of this girl like filming a TikTok, and she's like in her driveway, like doing some kind of dance, or I don't know what she was about to be doing, but she had her phone like tilted up towards her and the sky.
Whoa.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I bet they'll show the TikTok video.
Shout out SBS News for that clip there. We were watching that we were reacting to that.
So,
good to Go.
I have a theory. I don't want to be like, I don't want to sound ignorant here, but I'm so confident that. So obviously in Spain it gets lower and a piece breaks off.
Yeah.
And you see that crazy blue light and people are like, holy shit, what is that? I'm so confident, and I don't know how this works, like geographically, whatever, but I'm pretty sure I saw it, like because the night before those videos came out, like when I woke up the next morning and seen those videos. The night before, I'm driving around, I see a shooting star, and it has like a tint of blue. And it was much higher, obviously. It was not like doing those crazy like blue lights and like so visible. It was much higher and faster. But if that's just a fragment, I kind of have this, maybe I'm just telling myself this, but I kind of have this theory that like maybe either the piece that broke off of what I saw, and that's what that was, or I saw the piece on its way to where it was going. I'm not even capping though, because I did see a fucking shooting star, and it was like bluish and very small. So
Yeah, where was
I'm
it?
just driving around Polaris.
That's
It
weird.
was in the sky.
That might have been unrelated. I don't know.
It could have been.
That might have been unrelated.
It could have
I remember
been.
one
It's
time.
so big for us to get any kind of type of visual on that from here. And in that video, what you're seeing is after it's combusted down to that size through the atmosphere.
Bro.
It's so bright and everything. That's just
Yeah, so that's a
white-hot
fragment
force.
coming off of the piece, like the bigger thing that shot over. Like that was a fragment. It wasn't the whole thing. Me saying that is not saying that what I'm saying about seeing it is correct. I'm just saying, like, aside from that,
Okay, so right, that was just a fragment.
it was a
that we
fragment of the bigger piece, apparently. That's what I read.
I remember one time I was out late at night just walking around. And I was looking up at the sky. Bro, it reminds me of our talk we had, and I tripped out because I was so high. But I was just looking in the sky, bro, and I saw, I shit you not, a row of it looked like stars, like like the white little dot. Like you can't really see what a fucking star looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the white little dot, but a row of them, and it was like 6 or 8 of them, bro, just trailing. I tried to get a video of it and shit, but my phone couldn't work, and it was trippy, bro.
Shit.
I ran inside and grabbed, a friend, and I was like, "Yo,
Have either
this.
of you guys, that almost seems like UFO-y. Have either of you guys ever seen like any UFO-y type
I've seen
shit?
it online and stuff before, multiple times."
I wish I could honestly say that I have, but I really haven't. And I believe in UFOs. I'm a big aliens guy, dude. I'm with all that shit so heavy.
I think they've
Stuff's
crashed
so
here.
cool,
But I could be lying if I said I've ever had like an experience. And I like ghost shit. I've had a couple like paranormal, like ghosty type things happen to me. But fucking aliens, nah, bro.
The thing that sucks is like I believe in aliens more than I do ghosts. I believe in them both to an extent. I've had more like just like you said, I've had more like paranormal-y type of experiences, but I've always wanted to see a fucking UFO. I wish they'd abduct me.
I want to get beamed
Bro,
up. Bro.
you
I don't want to.
Can you imagine the episode after I got abducted? I'm like, God,
guys,
you'll
like,
never
hey,
fucking
guys.
believe it. I swear to God.
I gotta tell you something.
But like, it's funny you bring that up because did you see there was a thing in, I think it was China. There was like these crazy like lights or beams in the sky, and they were like all lined up, and people were freaking out. There's a bunch of headlines being like, "What are these like crazy lights in the sky?" I can pull it up right now. Like,
Do it.
but the funny thing is, there's like a perfect explanation for what they are, and nobody just like it seems as though like not many people. It was this.
It's the devil. Oh, okay. Did aliens invade Japan? I'm sure not.
It was pretty much like.
Swipe through. Swipe
It was
through.
pretty much like some
What the fuck is that?
light source that they use to like track boats or some shit. That's probably incorrect, but like it was like definitely something that we did. And
What if-
No, it's from boats. Yeah, so it's
What
boats
is the
emitting
light
lights.
ricocheting
Yeah.
off the ocean?
I think it's a little more than that, but it's something to do with boats.
Or I don't trust a lot of the government over there. It could have been aliens, so trust nothing. Trust
Yeah.
nothing.
But then there's and this is so random, but like
What do you think? I don't know. What's the first thing you would ask if you just?
an alien. That's
Yeah,
a good
just
question.
Who's older? I want to know if they
Bro,
predate
They're
us.
definitely older.
Well, but what if they're not?
How could they
That'd be-
not be?
We could just be stupid. We could just be super stupid. Think about it, bro. There's so many things that we know about that are problematic. There's so many other things we probably don't even know about that are wildly problematic. Maybe they don't have said problems. Maybe they advanced way faster than us.
Or, I mean, to your point, like it could be like their solar system or their planet could be a certain kind of like just in the right ecosystem, just the right temperature, blah, 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 that like their soil is like fucking rocket fuel. Like, you know what I mean?
You know
like,
what,
they
exactly.
could,
Right.
like, it would something that would just naturally form much more commonly that would cause them to skyrocket past us, like technologically.
Exactly.
But
We don't know the.
I kind of like to imagine that they're like practically just us more evolved. Because like this, I've always thought it was interesting. Like if you look at like the classic little like alien drawing of like what people imagine aliens are, like in a fucking movie or whatever, like the gray guy with like the skinny body and the big black eyes, big head. It almost like you would imagine that's just like how humans would look if we kept evolving, like weaker and more smarter and like more like mentally advanced, but like fragile because like
Our heads just keep getting bigger. and
we're
bigger.
putting more evolution into like thinking power and
Oh
like
yeah, for sure.
mental stuff than we are like being more brute, and because that's what's been happening.
Yeah.
Like if you go back to like cavemen, like they would beat the fuck out of us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like so we're already kind of going in that direction. Our heads are getting bigger. We're getting well. Apparently they used to be really small.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
I got a big head as is, bro. Maybe
I
I'm
do
an
too,
alien.
which sucks. What's snapback like? What hold do you have to put it on?
Oh,
He's got a head full of hair too.
I've got a lot going on. I'm asking a lot of every hat that I wear, honestly.
Yeah.
This hair. Fuck, man. So, normally I'm on like the last button.
Okay, I'll be on the last 2 or 3.
I am like the last button every time.
Probably like the
that's
4 or
why I don't
5.
really wear snapbacks. If you have,
I wanna-
I don't really wear them.
I'm sorry, I even I don't know. Did I bring up hats?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry because I do want to. I do want to.
You did.
Yeah. No, but I do want to answer Marquise's question. I think that I would ask them why they haven't. Like, if they came down today, I'd be like, "What took so long? Like, why'd you guys like? Have you guys been here for like just checking on us, or is this your first time coming by? If you've known about us and haven't came by, why?
We're probably lame as fuck.
And are
That's-
you
that's
the
my
only
assumption.
one?
Like,
Well,
They're
that's
just
the
like,
thing.
yeah.
bet-
Have you guys seen the other planets around here?
So y'all are fucking lame, bro. I hang out with serpent people. Monkey fucking no, fuck you guys.
just like-
I see you guys talk about low class, high class. This is all fucking.
All right,
They're like, what do you guys think this is? We just been on a cruise, like, and you're like a Walmart to us. Like, we just stopped by to like sit in the parking lot
Might
that
be
you
like
guys are.
CBS. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like they're like, we just been cruising around. We just stopped by like E Photon 6. That's the lit planet. Like, but I mean, I think that there's definitely aliens out there. I think that there's definitely more than like one species of them. And I do believe that the government has crashed like ships.
I shit you not. Once we
Stop coming here. You keep shooting us.
Yeah.
Like,
once you
guys are
start
actually-
talking,
Remember the Battle of Los Angeles?
It's a sick movie.
No, it actually happened. Please
Damn,
tell
I
me
keep
you don't know
dropping
about this.
I don't.
Oh my God, Marquise, have you heard about this?
Is this real?
Bro, this is like so crazy. And every time people talk about it, like they freak out about it and then they just move on with life. This is a real thing that happened. And
wait,
like
haven't we talked about this before?
we might have. It's crazy, dude. And I might butcher a couple things, but I know for a couple things for sure.
It was a battle. Over
So it's called the Battle of Los Angeles. You can Google it. It's a historical date. Like
He's going on there now.
no way.
this is gonna be the year's gonna be wrong, guys. But it's like let's just say 1970, right? And like it was nighttime in L.A. and the government started shooting fucking like anti-aircraft like artillery at the sky like all night at like something that they thought was a UFO. Look it up. Like it's fucking nuts.
February 24th, 1942 to February 25th, 1942. Battle of Los Angeles.
Look at the pictures. They were shooting in the sky. That's fucking.
Oh, I've seen this image. Yeah. Okay, I should know what it was.
They were just like shooting that shit. And the thing that I'm ignorant about is why they started shooting, when they stopped shooting, and like what they told the public they were shooting at.
I mean, they can't establish. The thing with the U.S. government is like if you are in our airspace and our skies is U.S. airspace, you know what I'm saying? If we can't establish comms with you, and we get a weird fucking vibe, and we also don't know what the fuck you are, someone's gonna make the call to shoot that fucking thing eventually.
Yeah. That's the other thing is like that's probably why the aliens are so low key. Like if they're like every time we come here, and unless we pull up to like fucking the middle of the woods or like Africa, everywhere else on this planet, you guys shoot the shit out of us. Oh my God, bro. We're going to go on an alien tangent, bro.
So if we would just chill out a little bit, you know, maybe it'd be fine. Maybe totally. Yeah, but now we have this precedent of
but
like.
Then we chill out too much and then Russia nukes us or something.
Like the aliens aren't going to, like, as a planet, we would need to calm down. You know what I mean?
Bro, you know what I heard today? What? I think it's alligators are immortal.
Oh, they're, well, sharks are older than trees. And then alligators are like dinosaurs.
Yeah. Alligators their only deaths are like by other things or like getting eaten or attacked or like
they can die of old age, right? Like there has to be a life expectancy.
I don't know enough to dispute that, but I know they can be like hundreds of years old. Have you guys seen like the fucking crazy big like alligators on like golf courses and shit? Like they'll be like
them big white ones.
They'll go from like here to the edge of this fucking.
Don't quote me. Is what I heard.
Don't alligators. 50.
About 50. Bullshit. I've seen. There's one alive that's over 100.
Try crocodiles.
No, it's crocodiles.
Try crocodiles.
It has
because
to be
I know that those fuckers can be hundreds of years old.
I'm saying the wrong thing. Now it looks stupid. No, see, no.
40. Well,
look up the oldest crocodile living right now.
Well, but I'm sure there are isolated instances of like much older examples.
I didn't think they were immortal, but I really did think they could be old as shit.
In Japan, right? There's a salamander. It's the world's largest salamander. There's not a salamander bigger than that salamander. So we could just be talking about world like record holding animals.
By the way, not to be so
anomalies occur.
Not to be so ADHD, and this kind of has to do with what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it says. At the Columbus Zoo, they used to that big ass snake they used to have, the like white and yellow one.
Yeah.
They used to like totally say that was like the biggest ever snake.
Oh, I remember that when I was.
And it's complete bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's cap.
There's like hundreds of snakes just as big or bigger.
The Amazon right now.
It says they are not eternal. An older, weaker croc is more likely to starve to death in the wild, even when kept in captivity. They eventually pass away after. A long life.
So there's this fucking
40 years is pretty good for an animal.
There's
but that's crazy. Hold on, look. I'm gonna look up longest living.
I'm sure there's one that's lived longer than the rest.
Let's go on a reptiles tangent, and then can we go back because I have two crazy alien stories, and then we'll go to something new.
I love axolotls. That's my favorite reptile. I used to have two of them. They're like fish lizards.
I love reptiles.
I used to have to fucking like do like conditioning for the water and stuff, and I would take notes, and it was a whole fucking thing. I miss having them. One of them fucking digivolved into an actual salamander.
That's what I was
I remember when you used to have those
that'll literally evolve in front of your eyes. Like that trips me out.
So what's not supposed to happen, right? An axolotl is a salamander that never turns like into a salamander type shit. You know what I'm saying?
His nuts never drop.
Exactly. in a way, yeah. So fucking what had happened was, and I hit up the breeder about it and everything. This is an anomalous thing, and science doesn't have the best reasoning for it either. So I got to witness something that's really like. Out of the bulk of people on the entire planet will never get to experience this. So it's kind of cool in that way. But fucking, what had happened was his name was Piccolo, and I'd had him since he was a baby. So this is my little green dude, and he was fine for forever. He's getting gradually bigger, and then I noticed his gills and everything were receding under like perfect water conditions. Everything was super clean, and he was like not ill or anything. And so I started like gradually reducing the water in there and keeping an eye on that. But like very, very slow slide increments, like the bulk of it was from evaporation. And then they just kind of kept receding. And then sure as fuck, it got to the point where he was just a little smooth skinned reptile dude that was breathing oxygen. And fucking, I changed his entire little biome with sand and rocks and shit, little like water and food area. and he fucking with his little reptile confused brain. That's a very traumatic process for anything to go through, right? He flipped over and drowned himself in his water bowl.
Oh
Oh
no!
my god, he committed suicide.
By accident. I think he defaulted, right? So I picked him out of the little thing once I noticed his little water dish. I got 2 fingers, and I'm just like trying to give him CPR.
Oh
Yeah,
my
bro,
god,
trying
this
to
is
get
the
back.
saddest thing
Water
ever.
came out of his little mouth, and I
Oh,
was
no.
like, "Fuck!" I was so pissed, so pissed. R.I.P. Piccolo.
You're just giving him this little CPR and crying on him and drowning him with your tears.
No, I wasn't crying or nothing. I was really just like, I wasn't.
Shit,
I was
Matt,
super,
you were crying.
I was super upset though. I was like, "Damn, bro, what the fuck? Oh,
Come back,
Yeah.
come back.
breathe,
No.
bitch."
But like, that sucks.
That does.
Yeah, no, that's my crazy little axolotl story. I had a big black one too, but I gave that one to a family that I found. Like, if y'all ever want an axolotl, anyone out there wants an axolotl, there are Facebook groups where people get them in and then don't have the resources or time to properly take care of it because it is work. And they'll just give them away for free with whole
Okay.
tanks and setups
Oh,
under
shit.
the expectation that you're going to do better than them.
I'm looking to get rid of a kitten if anybody wants a kitten.
Free cat, free cat.
Free kitten.
Uh,
But free cat. That makes me think of something random. But like, did you guys know that like lobsters can get depression?
Whoa, that was wicked.
You know, lobsters are just sea roaches. It's the same genus.
No, but like
How do
lobsters.
they get depression?
I wish I was smarter, guys. But like,
What about crabs?
I take in so much information and I hold on to little bits and pieces. But it's something like I know for a fact lobsters can get depression, and they have a similar like emotional range, and like that part of their brain is very similar to ours.
Throwback to when you used to go to Walmart and there'd be a tank full of fucking
We
lobsters.
used to have lobsters at Walmart.
Yeah, bro, you don't remember that?
Shit. But yeah, like they'll. Fuck, there's like a big connection between lobsters and humans, and like. I can't think of the damn thing.
It's been scientifically proven that lobsters experience anxiety.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. And
And-
scientists think it's because we always position them in spots where they're watching their own kind get murdered.
Oh my god.
There's like a genetic inherited anxiety.
But
now.
also, if
Not
they get
Mr.
separated from the pack, like
Not Mr.
in
Lobster.
their natural habitat, they will experience like depression and anxiety, and like there's some connection to where people will be like, that's why we kind of believe that like we have like little bits and pieces of like kind of everything that went into the evolution to make like us, because like there's something like we get our like emotional shit from lobsters. It's something like that.
Dude, it's
But it is
wild.
crazy that a lobster is down there like, fuck, I'm sad.
It's wild when people eat shit alive, dude. That shit is like. Have you ever been on the video, like, watch a video of like people like prepping shit? Like,
Oh yeah,
You ever
live
do you know what foie gras is?
Fog wall.
is that
Foie gras.
is that the live fucking?
It's when you get like and I'll butcher this too, but you get a goose, right?
oh shit.
And you shove a pipe down its throat while it's
Oh,
alive, and it goes like punctures its liver or something, and then you just load its liver full of shit and like fatty acids or something. Or no, because of the way that you just keep it stuck with a pipe down its throat, its liver starts to develop all these fatty acids, and like they do some other like torturistic shit to it, and pretty much the whole point is that it makes its organs taste really good.
What the?
It's
But
like
pretty much like
high-end meat.
While it's
like you're
alive?
yeah, it has to be alive because it's pretty much like going through all of this, and the shit that they do to it while it's alive makes their liver like fucking fatten up.
That's fucked up, man.
But it tastes good.
That's a
dog.
living thing, bro. That's terrible.
But it tastes-
And veal, like they'll keep little cows in like a cage where they can't even move just to keep
That's whack,
the
too.
meat tender.
That's whack as fuck too. Free them baby cows.
I almost named the goose teeth foie gras.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Or stop foie gras. It was fuck foie gras or something like that. Foie gras. But real quick.
It's less and less of a word every time.
You guys ever do that when you say a word over and over again in your head
harder
and
and
it
harder.
slowly like turns into nonsense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
sound.
craziest
Am I
thing.
saying that right?
Yeah, you'll go like I've done it with certain words and it really fucks me up. Like if you go like about
You're like a bot.
if you say it
fucking a
enough,
bot?
you'll be like, does that even mean anything? Like that's just a sound. Like do I say it right?
All words are just sound, really.
Like, do you ever have the feeling? And I wonder if anybody else who speaks these languages.
fried as fuck.
I'm not even high.
No,
but
it's-
like, so do you ever feel like as an English speaking person, I have this feeling, and I've like other like people speaking Spanish or Italian or Russian, whatever. They've got to have this feeling too. But I swear, like as an English speaker, I have this genuine, like deep feeling that this is like the language. Like it just like it seems to make like the most sense to me. And I know our language is so stupid. Like we have so many rules that make no sense and it's like complicated, but just the way that it sounds, it feels like just such a like it feels like that's how we're supposed to talk. And I know that sounds so crazy. I know.
Racist.
But it's just like it has nothing to do with anything except how the words sound. Like it's just like it's because as an ignorant American English speaking person, I swear to God, I'm not a Zionist. I'm not racist. I'm not anything. But like. Well, speaking English, it sounds the way it does, but then like you hear another language, and it sounds so much more beautiful and like amazing. Like, but at the same time, it's like this whole different breed of thing. It's like it all blends together so seamlessly. But English is it just. I don't know why I have this feeling, but
talk like this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying English is the language. I'm saying like people who speak their language, like they're like. The language they were born speaking, they've got to feel that way too. Like this is the language.
I'd
It's
imagine
gotta
so.
be.
Yeah. I mean, so fucking. From my understanding,
I'm
a
gonna
lot
get
of people think we sound stupid.
Oh, I'm sure we
A lot of
do.
people think the way we talk sounds stupid. Like I could say, what is it? I'm gonna butcher this, but it'll be somewhat adjacent. I could say "fuck you, cunt" in English, right?
Yeah.
And that's just poignant, and it's like "fuck you, cunt."
Yes.
Or like in
I like the word
Spanish, it'd be
cunt.
like "vete a la merde, coño." And
Yeah, it's much
and
beautifuler.
It's still "fuck you, cunt," but that just has a way better ring to it.
Yeah. And then like, and then Americans will just be like, "What?"
Yeah. See. I don't know what he said. That sounds so nice.
No, so don't get me
gonna
wrong.
fuck 'em.
I'm not saying like English specifically. It's like it's the language. It's the best one. No, like all other languages are fucking. They sound so much cooler.
Our shit kind of sucks.
But like, there's just something in me that's like aliens probably speak English, right? No, I'm kidding.
Right.
But
They speak bebop for all we know.
I did want to. Okay, if you had to go.
If I had to fuck.
If an alien came down, you know how people do this with music, like if you had to play the one song. I would like that answer as well, but like I want to change it up a little bit. If an alien came down and they're like, "Listen, guys, we're like if you don't answer this and do this right, I'm going to melt your whole fucking place."
What the fuck?
But if you do it right, you guys are chill and we'll hang out and we'll smoke one. I'll show you alien weed and everything.
You'll trip balls.
Give me something to eat.
Give you something.
Out of the whole world, what are you feeding the alien?
Something sweet and candy like.
Well, how do I know the diet? What are the dietary needs of this alien? Because they eat different things than us inherently.
We can eat anything. We are. Listen. We are a race that respects and thinks that taste is such a beautiful thing. Our flavor palettes are so evolved, and we want you to show us something that really
I'm going
really
to a
pays
Wagyu
homage
cow
to
farm
your
and I'm
guys'
gonna give him a
culture.
whole cow.
Biologically, what can you physically digest without dying?
Okay, so Marquise is gonna get us killed. He's gonna feed them a whole cow.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm asking the big questions.
What?
So that might be valid, but the aliens may have like a refined palate and really want that. But like biologically, what can they eat without dying?
And listen, guys, I'm not saying this is gonna get you guys to live, but like just to answer your question, like we fuck with French fries. Like they're not gonna be like, this isn't fucking filet mignon or like this isn't
I don't know what anything
A4
is.
Wagyu. Like they're just gonna be like
cheese it.
literally like give me something that tastes fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm high right now.
How's an enchilada sound?
And what you putting in that enchilada?
Well, but see, it's
And
like
where you getting it made?
there's certain foods that like I feel are like addicting to people, and so I feel like the best food to make them really like us would be something addictive. So
You're
like
gonna give them American
that's what-
food with all the
something sweet.
chemicals
a
and
Twinkie or like a bag of
Yeah.
Cheez-Its.
so you're gonna be like loading them up with the American chemicals that
Welcome
we
to the
shove in there.
zeitgeist, bitch.
Welcome to America,
gonna love us.
motherfucker. Jesus, because that's crazy you say that, because like that's what we do.
Yeah, no, I mean tactically that would be the smartest thing for us to do.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We make addicting food.
You ever had a Twinkie before?
Yeah. That was
I was talking to Colin about his.
bro, them Chernobyl joints. Woo!
I was talking to Colin about his trip to Spain, and we got on that same conversation. Is like the food there, you'll eat a bowl of pasta. You know how you get like filled up and stuff. He's like, you eat that there, and you're just fine. Like it's just enough, and like you don't feel like bloated or slowed down. And then he's also saying like it's just like it affects you differently. Like you can feel how much shit that we put into our food to make it addicting and filling and like.
Damn, man.
Fucked up.
That's wild.
Or no, he
Real
was
shit
saying
over
a
there.
a smaller portion would fill you up just as much as like the portions we'll give out here. So
Exactly.
pretty much what we do is we make food not only addictive, not only like fucking like wire into your brain so that it tastes so good, but also that we make it so that you need more of it to feel like whole.
Yeah.
And then you end up feeling sick at the end of the day. But so your answer, so you whole cow, and then like raw or every cut of a cow.
Just a living cow.
Just a
Do what
living
you
cow.
will.
Okay, so that's him. And then you're like, what's here?
My finest style.
We
Make the
eat
leap.
these shits all the
Make the
time. How you prepare it, you
Sound,
do it.
One of them.
But
Yeah.
so you say like, okay, give him some American like juiced up fucking like nuclear food. But
Yeah, if they
like,
can
what's
eat-
an example?
If they can eat Cheez-Its and Twinkies and not die, we should give them Cheez-Its and Twinkies because they would love us for forever.
So you think
Who's
you're
gonna
gonna
shoot the Twinkie people?
You think you're gonna get him with snack
Really,
food?
though.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Honestly, yeah. Like if we get them hooked on what
you
hooks
got
us.
one shot, one chance to make
One
it. Your
shot.
one opportunity.
Sees everything you've ever wanted.
Yeah, your one opportunity to not get melted. Are you gonna capture it or just let it blip?
I mean, I would rather come out guns blazing, right? Because I mean, they have no concept of what
You
like.
talking
Twinkie, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Just crack the box open.
So
on
it's
it,
literally
just make it
Twinkie and well, that's got to be one. But like, I guess you could make it a dish. But
Junk
like,
food as a whole.
junk food is.
be
I
my
want to
answer.
narrow you
Gosh.
down. Like,
His answer's
what's
a
your
cow.
favorite junk food?
Oh fuck.
Oh, that's a good
I
question.
honestly, so personally, I try to stay away from it now. But when I was problematic with my dietary habits, I would fucking destroy them little the chocolate chip little Debbie donuts.
Oh,
They're not donuts, the muffins. Yeah, the little
So
packs.
why
of
are you
muffins.
not giving him that?
Man,
oh.
because that's me. Right.
Okay.
The statistics show
Twinkies.
Cheez-Its and Twinkies. is
There are some
probably a
people
good
that
bet.
fucking hate Twinkies though.
Those people are psychopaths.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, they hate fun.
You're gonna get aliens like body shaming each other, and you're gonna like get them like,
That's how we win.
I feel bloated, and then
How else
they're gonna be too tired to fuck us up.
Governments, we talked about this last time I was on. Governments succeed by creating division. Our government can intercept their government and create division, and that works out well for us. And then boom, we're tapped in with alien shit.
So now,
Bang, boom.
in my
tactical.
perspective, I'm feeling like I gotta use my culinary genius and save the world because these two guys are gonna get us killed. I like where your head's at.
I'm gonna get 'em
Marquise,
hooked.
I don't know what you smoked today.
Bro, what's wrong with the whole cow, bro? Tell me what's wrong with
Look at
that.
this fucking living thing we have. Kill
Oh,
it.
dude, I just
Kill it
want to
and eat
like,
it right in
I
front
just
of us.
imagine
Would you-
you're
whatever
like,
you
you're
let
like, hold
them
on, give me a
get-
second.
what if
And you
they
get a
just get
truck,
milk?
you just haul a fucking cow up. You're like,
Yours. I think that's a fair trade. They're like a whole cow. They can
so
they can breed it. They can milk it. They can eat it.
you know what I'm gonna
They can
do?
ride it.
They can fuck it.
Shit.
You know what I'm gonna
don't
do?
know.
You don't know.
They don't know.
If it's a male, I'm doing.
not talking about
I'm
a
going
bowl.
with pasta.
Huh?
I'm going with pasta
Ah.
or pizza.
What if they choke on like the noodles?
What if they're like?
What if they choke on a cow?
What if they're like? We just stopped by Spain before this, and you're trying to offer us fake ass pasta. The fuck is this?
No, everybody loves
gonna
pasta.
You're gonna
It's-
get us
It's
killed.
scientifically proven that everybody loves
They
pasta.
say everybody says
The
our
only-
pasta is not the real pasta.
The only question, I didn't say I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to the real motherfuckers. I'm gonna go to Rome.
Said
I'm gonna be
spaghetti
"Give me a
warehouse."
second," and I'm gonna vacation to Rome while they wait for their dish. I'm gonna go to Rome, or they'll fly me there, and then we'll go to Rome and we'll get some bomb ass pasta. Now, me personally, I'm gonna give them bitches. I'm gonna give them probably like a Diavolo pasta, like a red sauce
Diavolo?
Diablo pasta type shit. And then if it's a
chicken
female
parm, bro.
alien,
So good
I'm
right
gonna
now.
definitely give them chicken Alfredo.
Second one when I get to work.
I think that joke went over you guys' head.
No.
No.
Whatever. Whatever. You know, if it's like if the alien comes down and it's like the leader is a female,
Yeah.
and like she's like on her phone and shit, got a ponytail and stuff, and like she's like, yo, what you got? And I'm gonna be like, I know just what you want, and I'm gonna bring out a bowl of chicken Alfredo.
Trying to fuck her?
Dude, tell me when you take a girl out to a
Now it
date.
becomes a male. What are you gonna do?
Wait.
When
Are we
you-
fucking this alien or
when
not?
you take a girl out on a date, I mean, if you feed her so well that she wants to fuck, then hey, you're gonna tell me you wouldn't fuck an alien? Would you fuck an alien?
I'd fuck as long as it was safe. I'd fuck an alien. Yeah.
I feel like all your relationships would be fucked afterwards because then they're gonna start like you know how girlfriends
about exotic pussy.
they'll be like wait, so like who'd you like, who's your ex? And you say an alien, they're gonna be like, fuck, I can't compete with that. They've got 9 vaginas.
9 vaginas. 4 tits, 9
It
pussies.
morphs around your cock.
Built like Salma Hayek. The dimensions don't even make sense.
I heard they have inner vibrations. No, but
Dude.
they have mind control. They can make you come without even touching you. But anyway,
Whoa.
but like tell me, like, have you ever taken a girl out to eat and they don't order
Chicken
chicken
Alfredo.
Alfredo?
Yeah.
That's ever happened before?
Most times, yeah.
I've done that.
I'm obviously joking, but like I think every girl that I've been with has ordered it at one point. The last person I was in a relationship with, like, literally would order that 100% of the time.
See, I be loving the normal girls, man. I be with the burgers and fries.
What'd you
bitches.
just say? You say what?
I be loving the normal bitches. Man.
You be or I be?
I be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I be, man. Just fucking. A lot of the girls I be dating and shit are just like, let's go Taco Bell. Like we're high as fuck. It's 3 a.m. Let's go to fucking Taco Bell.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
can respect
you know
her.
what I mean?
I can respect her, but I mean, I get into it, bro.
I just, I feel like it varies.
I wanted to tell you guys one of my favorite alien tales.
Okay.
There's two.
Wait, what?
There's 2 of them.
All
One of them is really crazy. It's like an official like Russian like KGB document that just like recently it was released. Not recently, but it's actually been out there. But apparently in Russia, like an alien. Don't look at the time. Apparently in Russia, like an alien
Going to work today.
spacecraft like crashed, and they sent in like a team of people to like check it out, right? And I think like they started like hauling the bodies off, or like either pieces of the ship or the bodies, and like after doing that, like they got extremely sick and like developed cancer and fucking died in like 2 days.
Oh yeah, radiation.
Got like super fucking sick. It
What
wasn't
the-
even radiation. They just got like really like District 9 type sick.
Oh.
And so that was like, and that's like, I mean, whether or not Russia's just capping, like that's a real document that was released by like the KGB. And then secondly, there's this one story about an alien ship crashing. Pretty much guy witnesses it, goes to try and check it out. Then government pulls up and like shuts shit down, and they're like nobody's allowed in or out, and they start cleaning shit up. And then meanwhile, like on like a couple minutes down the road in town, there's like a group of girls that are walking around just like through the town or whatever, and they turn a corner and like look at like a football field, like a soccer field, and in the corner of it or whatever, there's like this creature like shaking and like all crouched up, and it's literally like they drew it, and all of their stories like collaborated and like match up and everything, and their drawing was like literally a fucking alien. Damn. And they said its like skin was all oily and shit, and like these big ass eyes, and like it was like sweating and smelled like death, like smelled really fucking bad. So it was probably getting super sick from like our ozone layer or some shit. Because I do believe, I bet if like, it's just like when we first got to America, like we got sick as fuck because it's like your body, like You need to like adjust to the shit. Like when you go to Mexico, you can't drink tap water.
Bro, go back to Mexico. You remember the freaking worldwide mummified aliens they came out with and the fucking...
Yeah. So there's this drawing. Those people see that like that alien. Those kids. Their story is involved. The person who saw the crash is involved. Person who saw like the whole thing get shut down, and then also there's another guy like, and this all is just one big story that's like being put together piece by piece through different people. And there's another guy who claims that he like same day of all of these other stories are happening, this guy claims that he drove the alien body to a hospital and like had to like transport it to and from the hospital to be like examined. And then there's the doctor who examined it, and he was told like he wasn't allowed to like examine it himself. They just used his equipment, and like how he like just saw bits and pieces, and like how people saw them like hauling the body out. And then there's like the guy who like, I think one of the guys that touched the body died like 2 weeks later, and it kind of matches up with the whole KGB story. Like, so apparently like, don't touch these aliens when they come down.
Don't poke them.
They got sicknesses and shit.
That's why I said if it's safe to fuck them, okay. But if it's not safe to fuck them, then we can't fuck the aliens.
Guys, listen up. I don't think it would be realistic to imagine that we'd be able to have sexual relations with any aliens coming down.
Pretty cool. Be kind of cool.
But I know that we're running low on time, so I'm just going through to make sure that. Okay, is there anything else that you would like to speak on, or Marquise would like to speak on before I give my closing statements or closing conversation points?
I can't wait to have my ham back.
How far out are you?
New hand.
3 more weeks and then possible therapy, and then we're back on track, baby.
There we go. Fucking on my end, just go stream my new song featuring Badass out where it's available. Motherfucking, I thought it was on Apple Music. Apparently, it's not on Apple Music, but we are everywhere else. I have no idea. I have to fucking get a hold of somebody.
Have you looked? Do you have Apple Music?
No, I'm a Spotify person. Go stream my shit on Spotify. If you're a real one and you use the biggest, best audio platform on the planet for streaming music, just go listen to my shit on Spotify. Matt Damon. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it says your most recent release was Drillers.
Yeah, and that was like months ago, so I have no idea.
They do have Avalanche on, and like I won't tell. Like they have.
Yeah, Hear My Prayers. All those songs are on
Yeah.
there. I have no idea why Bang and Out for Blood are not on there, and now this one I couldn't.
Because I was about to share it and like repost it and everything, and I could go on Spotify, but
that's gonna be our best bet.
but we gotta get that figured out. We gotta get the Apple Music
Maybe it
guys
just
on.
takes some time.
Well, I was told it was sent to them, so I don't know why. I have no idea. I didn't know the older ones weren't on there. I just assumed it was figured out, but it clearly it was. So now I gotta fucking figure that out with my distributor and whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what I mean. We're pretty much still everywhere globally.
I think I burped in the last 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Solid.
Burper.
Shout out to Zane.
Yeah, he's
likes
put it in
it
the
when I burp.
comments.
But so I went to the first practice for this runway show that's coming up. I want you guys to, when I have more information, I'll put it out there. I might have a couple of tickets that I might be able to give away. We could do some sort of like bit of a competition or something. But we'll be attending Rip the Runways show on July 28th. We have a spot on that runway show. This will be our second runway show of the summer, and we're hoping to close out with a third towards the end of summer. Super excited about both of those. The whole Rip the Runway thing is just a really cool concept that I'm excited to be involved in. We had our first practice, which went well. I was bonding with one of the models there. I'll make sure that you have the opportunity to come to the second one. Not much really happened in this first one other than like determining who all of the models are going to be and like assigning them and getting to like meet the people.
10?
But we're going to have 10 models, but there was a mix up because originally we had like 3 or 4, like 3 males, and I had to get that up to like 5 or 6. So that's what we were able to do on the first practice. it was cool. I went to it was like held at the show won't be here, but the practice was at like some Columbus library. And I sent you a picture, but they had like this huge, like out in the front room, they had this huge like setup of Legos, like a whole town that took up like it would go from like here to like the door.
I would love
this
to do
whole
some
Lego
big
town.
ass Lego piece though. That would be fun.
That would be a cool little hobby to have, or like thing to have in your mansion, like slowly building like a city of your own.
Have you seen the built-in wall ones? Like,
oh, I love that
you
shit.
can open a door and it's like some crazy ass.
Yeah, like you like peek in and shit. I would put my weed in there. Like
My
I
weed
put
in
hella
there.
shit in there. My keys, my weed.
but
It's where the brick goes.
I don't know if I mentioned it but like in the last episode, but like yeah, this runway show will be really cool. I hope anybody watching tries to make it out because it's a cool idea. There's going to be a rap performance while a runway show goes on, like debuting our collection, and it's like a sweet little mesh of like hip hop and fashion, and they all come together in like this really cool runway show.
Come on, that's sweet. A show and a runway show.
And so you get to see like a concert and a runway. So we're super excited for that. We'll be selling clothes there as well, so definitely try to make it out there. It's July 28th, and I'll have more details in the coming episodes. That was very exciting. Also, a little tidbit, I just have to say I'm so fucking excited for Eminem's new album is coming out. So, oh my God. He posted that thing where it was like, he posted like a screenshot of a text message where he's like, for my last trick, which by the way, this is no way his last album. There's no way. But it was cool. I love little promo things like this. Like he posted a screenshot of a text message saying the for my last trick shit, and like the contact that it was being sent to was like to all contacts, and then the picture was like a little bee rabbit emoji thing. And then when you look closely at the date that the message was sent, it was fucking Friday, May 31st, 12 a.m., which is like, okay, clearly that's the release date, so sick. But yeah, I love those little marketing things. Like with Revival, that album had such a cool rollout because he put out like a whole fake website as though like Revival was this like prescription drug, and like there was this whole fake website of like fake information about like the drug Revival, and pretty much like making the connection of like this album being the medicine you need type shit, and then like prescribed by like Dr. Dre at the bottom and the shit like that. I love those little detailed rollouts. Yeah. We definitely take inspiration from stuff like that when it comes to stuff that we want to do, and like with what we release and everything. So super excited about that. If anybody knows a retired police officer, contact me because I want to have them on for an interview. I spoke with a police officer the other day, and he was explaining to me a couple things, but one of them being why it's quite difficult to get a police officer that's currently working onto like an interview of any kind, because not only do they have to be interested in doing it, but they also have to okay it with like their sergeant or whoever the fuck they're higher up. And I think most of the times that they'll probably say no. And then also you're going to get the better stories when they're not worried about like going back to work and getting yelled at for certain ones of them. So any retired officers that you guys know watching, please let me know. So that's a potential future episode. I want you guys to like, if you guys want to throw down in the comments like what kind of guests you'd like to see coming on in the near future. I'm looking to do a guest episode here soon.
We should have the homie on that Jimmy.
The rock guy, like not the rock, but like the that'll be interesting. I'll chop it up with him. But yeah, just if anybody has any ideas or stuff they'd like to see, reach out.
For sure.
In the comments or send us
anything
a DM.
to talk about.
We want to please the fan base.
Of course.
Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have
before we end, though, sorry to cut you off. You know what we really need to get back into?
What?
Doing like a specialty drink, food, or something like that, you know?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you know this, Matt, but or any new viewers, but what we used to do, like for fun, randomly, is some new shit would come out, like for example, when they released Coca-Cola Pixel flavored, we ordered that and like tried it on the podcast and kind of reacted to it, and we've done it with like
The Kit
the
Kats.
one chip challenge, the Kit Kats from Japan, like
We've done like all the one chips on here.
when if they ever do release a new one chip challenge, which I don't know if they will, considering they have somebody
Dew.
died.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a kid died.
I don't think that's legit.
You don't think?
I haven't super read into it, and I'm like it's such a sad story, but like there's got to be something else that went down. Like I've never heard of a
Talked about
spicy
this
food.
forever ago.
I know.
Yeah, I've never heard of a spicy food like killing somebody.
Taking you out.
Yeah, but that would be fun to do. Whenever I see something, well, there is this one guy I see on Instagram all the time, and he has this like service where you can go on his website and like order, like he has like all the snacks from around the world, so you can get like fucking Oreos that are like the only place this flavor exists is in like Beijing, or you can get like fucking Skittles juice, or like just crazy flavored treats that like are from around the world. I would like to maybe get an order from him.
Be dope.
Because he also like posts him like packing up your order, so we could like get a little free promo there. Be like, could you pack up Scheuneman clothing brands by the Stone Collection's order? Like make it sound like have him say our name, but our name is like a little like buy the Stone Collection out now.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week. Remember to always love you.
Love you.
And stay comfy out there. The Stone
Comfy some
Collection out now. Rollout continuing. Runway show July 28th. ScheunemanBrand.com to shop from both of our collections. And check the website out. Brand new lookbook out. Check that out. Learn about behind the designs. Scheuneman Brand on Instagram. Scheuneman on TikTok. Like, comment, subscribe. And
Ciao.
Go listen to my new song, Smooth Criminal, featuring Badass on Spotify.
Matt Demon music dropping soon.
Definitely.
Consistently and constantly.
Well, how many a month? He said, huh?
Song with Lil Wayne dropping soon. Just brand new song with Badass. Just go listen.
Check it out.
And
Check it out. Check it out.
And apparently home station is Spotify. So
Yeah. But he's on all platforms but Apple Music right now.
I will figure it out.
all platforms, but kind of not, but soon.
Yeah.
I'm on Apple Music. It's
But
just
mainly
I have to
Spotify.
get these newer joints on there because they're being whatever about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure it out. It's gonna be fun.
But I always love you.
Love you.
Ciao.
Fuck.